Time for another Mark's Comic Haul, y'all, and this time I'm coming at you with an eBay pickup. These are all from one seller. I found this guy on eBay, and he was selling a bunch of books with like either buy it now or like really low opening bids. So I just went through the buy it nows and picked up a bunch of them. He had a whole bunch of stuff for like 99 cents buy it now or $1.99 buy it now, cheap shipping. And so I thought I would take a chance and just see if the stuff was as good as he claimed it to be. And I can say that out of all the books I got, there were three that were not in the best of shape as he described them to be, but all the rest of them were in really, really good shape. So, and I'll tell you what I spent when this is all over. But real quickly, I do want to say Tito with Kingdom Comics had tagged me to do my favorite modern covers. Now I'm still got to work on that video, and I will get that posted probably over the weekend, but I wanted to get through this, and so I'll eventually get to my top 10, but in the meantime, here we go. eBay pickup. Very happy with all of these. So I'll start off with Batman Gotham Adventures number 2, which of course has to have Two-Face on number 2. By the way, you may have noticed I've solved the shaky cam problem I've been having, but now I've got this new glare problem. Like the angle that I have the camera at, I'm getting this horrible glare, so hopefully I can fix that at some point. Heroes Incorporated presents Cannon. This is a Wally Wood book that was done for the troops back in 1969. Interesting story behind this book. It's kind of a long story. I'll probably have to tell it in another video. But these were, there were like boxes of these that I believe were found in a warehouse years later. But it's still a cool book. It's got Wally Wood artwork, Steve Ditko artwork in it too. Really nice, like, Silver Age book. Dick's. Garth Ennis and John McCrae. Dick's. Not Dick Grayson. Tito, don't get excited, I know. But Dick's number 1. This is just kind of a fun, irreverent book from the 90s, late 90s. Uncanny X-Men number 281. First Wills Portacio art on Uncanny X-Men. The very next issue was when they introduced Bishop. But it's still a cool book. And it's a new team lineup, too, in that issue. X-Force number 11. Third appearance of Deadpool. There goes a plane overhead. You hear it? I mainly picked this up because I didn't have it. I used to have it, and I didn't have it now. But it's also got Deadpool versus Domino, and with Domino appearing in the Deadpool sequel, I figured that's going to be a good one to have. I actually showed one of these in my first video, but I found another one, and I just really like it because it's a great Jim Lee cover. It's Wolverine number 25. Also comes from a time when Wolverine was not a terribly heavily ordered book. So, great cover on that, Jim Lee. So. Excuse me. Marvel Superheroes Spring Special number 1. You got everybody here. Moon Knight, Hercules, Black Panther, Brother Voodoo, Magic, and Speedball. And I think this is a Larry Stroman cover, if I'm not mistaken. It doesn't have his signature, but I usually recognize his artwork. Web of Spider-Man number 95, Spirits of Venom Part 1. Just a cool Venom appearance that they did. This was the beginning of this big Venom storyline that they had. Alex Saviuk artwork. Alex is a good guy. Good dude. Web of Spider-Man number 96. This is one of my favorite covers. I just love this cover. Mark Texeira painted. You got Venom, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider in the background, and then good old Johnny Blaze. I think that's one of the best covers they ever did. That's part 3 of the Spirits of Venom storyline. Somebody had this in their video, and I'm so sorry, I cannot remember who it was that showed it, but when they showed it, I was like, oh my god, I have to get that. It's just a cool book. It's a cool DC book. This is Justice League of America number 136. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the only time that Earth 2 Batman and Earth 2 Joker appear together on a cover. And this was kind of the whole, like, Crisis era, or I guess pre-Crisis era. But just a really cool DC book. Legionnaires 3, number 1. I mainly picked this up because Mindy Newell co-wrote it, and I'm trying to get her out to Dallas Comic Show. which is really sweet. This is just a weird looking 1980s MTV era painted cover for New Teen Titans Annual number 3. Godiva storyline. Just weird looking cover, but it has a great sort of 1980s like Art Deco feel to it. I'd never seen it before, so I'd pick that up. Death Gallery number 1. It's just a collection of pinups for Death. God, look at that glare. Ugh. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so there you go, Death. And then I actually bagged this in a way to where you can see all the names on the back. And the main reason I did this is because you see all the different names there. Because I'm thinking I may actually start a project with this and try to see how many different signatures I can collect. Maybe not. Action Comics $4.94. I just picked it up because I didn't have it. Superman. World's Finest Comics number 298, featuring Superman and Batman. First appearance of Zeta. I don't know why I'm getting so much glare, because I'm actually facing away from where the light source is, and I never had this much glare in my previous videos. It's weird. This is a great example of a stupid villain. Peg leg Portia, Superman number 318. She has a peg leg, and she has dogs that shoot out these like Kirby Crackle things at Superman. Not one of the Man of Steel's finest moments, but you know, sometimes you run out of ideas. This is a much better one. Superman number 338, great Supergirl and Superman cover. I just dig that. Really cool. I pick up a lot of these because they have these great Kurt Swan artwork, and Kurt Swan's my favorite Superman artist. Superman number 357. You got Superman versus Vartox here, but I'm more interested in this Superman 2020 backup story, just because I always like seeing what they thought 2020 was going to be like back then, and now we're 3 years away from it. Superman number 358, another kind of silly looking villain, Father Nature. And again, I mainly wanted this one because the backup story is Day in the Life of Bruce Wayne, Superman. So I want to see what that's about. There you go. Swamp Thing number 79, featuring Superman. Can you tell I like Superman? Sorry, I just can't help but pick up these books. Batman Beyond number 1. Just a cool cover, and I didn't have it already. This one's not in the best shape, but... Detective Comics number 660, Sam Keith cover. I mainly picked this up because he's going to be here. He's going to be in San Antonio for Alamo City Comic Con next month, and I just love that cover. So, Batman Sword of Azrael book 2. You see a lot of the first issue, but the second issue I think is just as important, and probably one of the lowest ordered of the run of the 4 issues that they did. And this is in perfect shape. So, Superman Unchained number 1. This is the director's cut version. So it's a lot of cool like behind the scenes stuff of how they put together that first issue. Cyborg number 10, the John Romita Jr. variant. Deathstroke number 17, John Romita Jr. variant. Red Hood Arsenal number 11, John Romita Jr. variant. Can you tell I like John Romita Jr.? Superman number 51, John Romita Jr. variant. God, I love this book. Batman Judge Dredd, Judgment on Gotham. Awesome, awesome Simon Bisley artwork. Really cool book. I've had that book several times through the years, but I always pick it up if I see it cheap. Alright, I gotta hurry up and try to get through the rest of these before my phone runs out of memory. This is DC Comics Presents Superman and Superwoman Annual number 4. Really cool, like, painted cover. And this is in pretty much perfect condition. Some of these kind of get overlooked sometimes, books like that. DC Comics Presents Superman and Vigilante. This is issue number 92. Kurt Swan did the artwork on this one as well. And I love the Vigilante. I think he's an underappreciated character. Really rich black background on this cover, so probably gets fingerprinted up pretty easily. Green Lantern number 50. the whole Parallax storyline that they did there. I showed one of these in an earlier video, but again, if you see them cheap, I recommend you pick them up because it's an $8 book. This is Detective Comics number 19 from the New 52 run. Jason Fabok artwork. And Jason Fabok is the guy that's doing the Button storyline that's super hot right now in Batman. So that issue is probably a good one to have because it's some of his earlier Batman stuff. This is the Before Watchmen Night Owl number 1. This is a variant cover by the great Kevin Nolan. I'd never seen this, actually, so I was really happy to get it. I gifted one of these to Tito, and I just got one back because he had one for sale. This guy that I bought this stuff from on eBay. This is Sensation Comics featuring Wonder Woman number 4. Adam Hughes cover. Really cool Adam Hughes cover. X-Men number 272, part of the Extinction Agenda storyline. Jim Lee artwork. New Mutants number 93, Wolverine versus Cable. That's one of my favorite of the Rob Liefeld New Mutants covers. Really like that cover. New Mutants number 96, part of the Extinction Agenda storyline. New Mutants number 97, another Cable and Wolverine cover. Also part of the Extinction Agenda storyline. I think with Cable appearing in Deadpool, I think those books are going to start shooting up in value. X-Force number 2, second appearance of Deadpool. Just a good book to have. Secret Wars number 1. This is the Amanda Conner variant. This was from the newer Secret Wars that Marvel did. Fun Amanda Conner variant. And that's a expensive book. That's like a $5 book. And last but not least, the final issue of Marvel Team Up with Spider-Man and the Uncanny X-Men, issue number 150. Just a really cool Marvel book to have there. And I will also, just as kind of a bonus, show off. I went to my local comic shop today, and I picked up. I was real happy about this. I picked up this Phil Noto Uncanny X-Men number 32. It's a variant with Magneto and White Queen. I just thought it was a really cool looking variant. I love this Magneto's helmet in place of a motorcycle helmet. Really cool, like 1960s looking variant. So, all that stuff from eBay, not that local comic shop pickup, but all that stuff from eBay, all said and done, it was like 80 bucks for all of that stuff. And I was very happy, so I'm actually buying a lot more stuff from that guy. I have a problem. I need to cut down. I'm buying way too much stuff. But anyway, so just a nice little fun haul there, and I will be back with, like I said, I'll still got to work on my top 10 video because Tito tagged me for that, for my top 10 favorite modern age books. And I'll have some more stuff to share with you guys over the weekend, so stay tuned. We'll have more Mark's Comic Haul stuff. If you guys didn't see, I've announced the next Dallas Comic Show is September 16th and 17th at the Richardson Civic Center. You can go to DallasComicShow.com. You can find out more about me at BigFanboy.com. And my thanks to Spidey Fan for the shout out, Comic Crypt, God, who else? Kingdom Comics, of course, Tito, Dr. Von Chilla, QB Comic Addict, SPT Killerwood, Gizmo17, The Chinist. There's just so many guys. I know I'm leaving people out. I apologize. I still love you guys. You're doing great stuff. So let's all keep it up, and I'll see you guys out there. Everybody take care.